now you're probably thinking, what in the heck is this right here?
Yeah.
Well, I'll explain it, Diane. This morning we are talking about all of the ins and outs of a sport, professional one you might not think about a lot. It's arm wrestling. We've got the guys joining us here as well. We are learning from the experts and their experiences and the basics, obviously, for beginners like Diane and myself. So we are joined right now with the Filthy Animals Arm Wrestling Club. Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Look at that. All right, so whichever one of you wants to answer this, who may not be experienced for people with arm wrestling, what is it? There's an actual competition for it, right?
Yes, it's a real thing.
It's a real
thing. We train hard, we travel around.
And now, of course, with a lot of, sports, it's, the rest, the diet, the gym time.
Yes.
Is that all included with
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you guys get started in this?
I started 20 years ago. I went to a fair, walking through, I seen a arm wrestling competition going on. I said, wow, I'm gonna check this out. I ended up entering it, beat a couple, I got third place, but I beat a couple world champions and I just kept going from there.
Okay, how'd you get started?
So I started about 8 years ago. I was actually a rock climber prior to arm wrestling. I met a buddy who did arm wrestling competitively. He wanted to see how I would compare against him. I ended up doing pretty good, and I just kept excelling from there.
Okay.
Started on a picnic table at work, and it grew. We started the Filthy Animals Arm Wrestling Club fairly a little bit afterwards, and this is where we're at now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about you?
I've always been into it. I had an uncle who was a very powerful arm wrestler, so I heard about a tournament actually that Quinlan was putting on, so I went out and I met up with him, and he's been teaching me ever since.
Runs in the family.
Yeah,
What I'm hearing.
So a lot of you have, the humble beginnings as far as finding the sport and doing it. So for those who are sitting at home, right now and they're saying, okay, I can do this. I think I have some good skills. One, how do we get involved and how can they find, you guys to connect?
There's a lot going on with social media nowadays. You can look at any one of us up on Facebook or whatever and, join a club. Look up the Filthy Animals and, go to practice and we'll take you from there and teach you how to stay safe and not get injured.
Yes, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, when we were in school, people would be like, all right, let's arm wrestle. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even a competitor in this. So being safe is really, important. So talk about maybe, some of those things, because I'm thinking, okay, my arm's just going to go back and my arm's going to fall off.
So it's a lot to do with your body positioning and keeping your shoulders square.
Okay.
And not looking away and getting your shoulder in front, because your arm will do this, but it doesn't like to do this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's a big thing.
Now, is it a whole body sport, or is it,
yes.
Those positions?
Yeah, it does take a lot of core strength. A lot of arm wrestling is speed and technique, but you need a lot of power to go with that.
Right.
Biggest thing is go home, start stretching on the bands, teach yourself in good position, and do it like an arm wrestling motion of like you're getting up there to actually pin the guy. So you can have bands hooked up to you. You can sit there and work technique all day long without arm
his
wrestling.
wrist is kind of going in too.
That's the main thing in arm wrestling. You don't want your wrist to go like this.
Right.
Okay.
You always want it curled in.
Whether it's here,
Wherever you're at, you always want it curled in and looking right at it. If you look away from your arm, it takes 8 pounds of pressure to break your arm.
Wow.
And we're putting over 1,000 pounds when we're pulling.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's why in my brain I'm going, oh my goodness, my arm would just, that's a lot of pressure and a lot of force.
How often do you guys lift weights? Because all of you have really, and I'm just like, trying.
I'm not even going to flex.
Actually, the biggest thing with arm wrestling is actually arm wrestling. Weights help, but actually being on a table is the best way.
Really?
Yep.
So
okay, well, the next order of business.
Oh,
Here we go.
no.
All of you
no.
That would be an awesome match right
So you guys.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, you guys.
I skipped
So
arm day.
grab your hand peg with your offhand.
This
peg
peg?
right here.
Nope,
right here.
right.
Oh, this one.
Yep.
Okay.
Your elbow on there.
Let me move this.
All right.
Okay.
Grip up.
Oh, God.
Keep your shoulders square.
Why are we doing
Wait, how should I stand? Like,
Right.
what's the good posture for like?
Your waist right at the table. You want to be tight to the table.
Knees
You want
is
to
probably
stand
the best.
straight up.
Okay,
Oh,
stand
stand
straight.
straight.
Tuck your elbow into your.
Okay, sorry. And then,
Yep, get your
And-
hips
Okay,
in,
and what
your
is this,
hips
like
in.
best of
There you go.
three?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
oh, okay.
So, is someone
no,
saying
I'm
go?
so
Then somebody
nervous.
will say, you guys like them?
You guys like it? Ready?
Sure.
Go.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a good match. It's a
feel
grinder. Look at your hand.
Oh,
It's a grinder. Who's got a good one here?
Which one you guys got? Who you guys got?
We got a winner over here.
Wait.
I wish I would have went to the gym before work this morning.
I'm sore.
But definitely the wrist strength. I feel like maybe, carrying groceries or something, water pitcher,
we do it one trip.
anything.
Exactly.
One grocery
trip. Hey,
trip.
I tried to do it in one trip.
Yeah, but it's a lot of wrist,
Yep.
which I didn't really anticipate when, we were going.
Doing it, yeah.
It's not all bicep. A lot of it is your hand and wrist strength. If you find a guy that has a real strong hand and wrist, he's going to be a really good arm wrestler.
Can you guys show us how the pros
Yeah,
do it? 'Cause
I'm
Caylee and I
ready
are
to
not the
watch
pros.
from you guys and take it back. I'm calling out our sports director. We're gonna have an arm wrestling championship.
Yeah, we need
Who
to be
wants to be
covering
a
this.
referee here?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Coleman.
You want me to do?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get up here. We're going to, how the.
I'm
the
nervous for you
bent
guys.
wrist, I'll tell them to straighten their wrists out like that. I'll say, you guys like them? Ready, go.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh, they're really
there
going.
we go.
There's a
They're
good
going.
match
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
They're going all right.
Oh my goodness.
There it is.
the table's
We look just
moving and
as
everything.
You guys are getting a free
Free
match.
liquor.
Free match. right now. Free-
Both
free
BAL
pay-per-view.
champions
Oh,
here.
they've got their leg wrapped around the table and everything.
Now, how long, of course, these are really good competitors. How long could a match take?
A few minutes.
Oh,
A
yeah.
few minutes?
Oh my
We've
gosh.
had to hold and pulling. There's
Well,
been,
normally it's
Yeah,
just
I've been
seconds, so.
in actually a 7-minute match before, so.
Yeah.
Oh, we went maybe 30 seconds?
Maybe
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I would say most matches last 1 to 3 seconds.
Yes.
Okay,
That's true.
wow.
Yep.
As soon as that referee says ready, go, it's
You
usually
catch them off guard, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so speed, being quick.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you get to that higher level, though, and people are competitive at the same level, that's when you can get those
Wow.
long matches.
Yeah. Yeah. It becomes a chess game after you get stuck and you're stopped in another table. You got to really think of how can I get this guy's arm over there. You don't want to stretch yourself
Guys
out
become
and
very
get that
familiar with
position.
one another, too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like, we've pulled 100 times, so.
Yeah.
Now, in wrestling, you have weight classes. Do you have arm
classes?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's actually weight classes. We come in, I'm 198 pounds, Joel's 198 pounds, Kevin's 170,
54.
154.
242.
242 class right here.
I just got whooped by a 154 guy.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, man. On TV.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. There is a competition next week. Real quick, where can we find it?
At Jed's on Holland, Sylvania, and Angola.
Awesome.
So it starts at around 1 o'clock Saturday. So there's
Okay.
weigh-ins Friday night and Saturday morning, so.
All right. Well, if you want to catch them, you can go there. Minus Diane and myself, we will not be there.
We'll be
But
at the gym instead.
yes, you will for sure probably have a fun time. We'll be right back after this break.